What's going on, famous entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray, back with a daily Gamecock. Today we're speaking about 7 reasons why Spencer Rattler should be better at his game this year than he was last year, according to 24/7 Sports. So we're gonna read that. Before I go any further, man, please check out the Patreon. That helps the channel a lot. Support me. Thank you for my Patreons that's already there. You get loads of information, loads of stuff. I got my podcast dropping there, and also a few other things. So go to patreon.com/Lucky Murray. If you can't do that, here's the free options. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to let you know every time I drop a video. 3, share video, helps out a ton. So let's get to this. Man, let's go. We got to go, man. 7 reasons why Spencer Rattler would be the best in 23, right? So we just gonna read the. I'm not gonna read all that stuff, but basically the barometer has been set for South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler. If he's an all-conference caliber player in 23, chances are high the former 5-star would be a high NFL draft pick and leave the Gamecocks as one of the program's best ever. Rattler should be at his best as a 5th-year college player this fall as he orchestrates a new offense behind a team many believe will be nationally ranked in the preseason, right? Being a year into it, I feel like we are very close as a team, Rattler said this week via the Big Spur. All the transfers we have had been all here a year. We all getting much more, and every day practice has been great, a lot more comfortable with everything I've been doing. So let's read the 7 reasons, right? We all know he threw 3,026 yards, 18 touchdowns. So let's say, number 1, Gamecocks finally have a starting attractive wide receiver. Number 1, the Gamecocks knew Juice Wells would be an impact player out of the portal last season, quickly evidenced by a 189-yard performance in Week 2 against Arkansas. Very good game. But there, Wells' next 100-yard game didn't come 2 months later at Vanderbilt when he again became a focal point of the game plan and shot to the second level. As South Carolina wide receivers coach Justin Stepp, and he'll tell you the same. There was no clear-cut number 1 heading in the 2022 season with the pass-catching room, and it showed for much of the season. I do think that. Like I said, I'm not gonna read all this. Jaylen Brown, Josh Van weren't consistent, which was true, and Deebo Samuel probably was our best number 1 since he left. So, what I think about that, in a sense, man. I truly believe that with Juice Wells coming back and establishing himself, we do have other options at the wide receivers this year as well. You got DK, we got Nicholas Harbor, we got a flurry of other talented wide receivers, but Juice is probably going to be the man. So I think that's going to be very interesting to say the least. Number 2, right? Rattler is an ideal fit for Logan's offense. Transition from quarterback to a new offensive coordinator are rarely as smooth this quickly. But here we are with Rattler and Loggins. A former NFL play caller has made everyone better at South Carolina through his first weeks of spring camp, according to Rattler. He's a big reason why South Carolina's perimeter all SEC level passer chose to return for another collegiate season. And also the fact that he wanted to improve his draft stock. Marcus Satterfield pro-style attack was a lot to learn for Rattler last fall. The complexity of what he wanted from the quarterback along with a variation of personal groupings that really allowed a rhythmic flow. Right? So I think that would be true to say the least. Number 3, talent influx in 23 class commands attention. Difficult to project the impact of true freshmen, especially those not yet in pads. A helmet, but South Carolina loaded in the elite athletes in 23 recruiting cycle could mean a great deal for Rattler in the passing game this fall. 5-star Nicholas Harbor is the Gamecocks' most talked about signee since Davion Clowney. The 6'5", 230-pound gives Rattler a freakishly talented target he hasn't yet had in Columbia. He's also playing tight end. Vakari Swan, a 4-star from Georgia, is electric with the football and will try to break into too deep. Memphis transfer Eddie Lewis is another pass catcher to watch, an average 14.7 yards per catch last season and scored 7 touchdowns. Number 4, confidence boost over final 3 starts in 23. If you watch Rattler's pass pressure from his first season at South Carolina, you notice an even nailed a quarterback who never got high or low, regardless of his numbers after each game. The post-game comments were predictable every week as he harped on execution rather than individual struggles or playing with the confines of an offense that didn't take shots until November and beyond. Something changed for Rattler in the win over Tennessee at 438 yards, 6 touchdown Herculean effort. He played with considerable more confidence from the middle of the first quarter onward and looked like a 5-star he promised to be when the Gamecocks signed him out of the portal. If the same Rattler comes out slinging in September, his numbers should flourish. Number 5, pass protection, offensive line should improve. Now, this is I'm going to have to show my face real quick. This should, it's weird. I'm going to read it, but should be the word. It really has to do with if they jail. Let's get back to this. Man, there's a sense that South Carolina offensive line play as a passing block unit will be improved in 23. Call it cautious, optimistic, if you will. 3 players will start. Experience will be replaced. However, Beamer is confident in the 6-player rotation this spring. Got all those players. I'm not going to read their names, but you see it here. And there are several freshmen reinforcing the 23 cycle that could be instant contributors. Tight end room surprisingly now has depth. Remember the tight end room headed to the Gator Bowl against Notre Dame. It was a college football's most barn after a series of transfer portal exit and other departures left the coaching staff pondering what's next and making the position their top priority during the offseason. As a result, South Carolina grabbed 3 transfers, including Arkansas playmaker Trey Knox, who worked the past 2 seasons with logins. The Gamecocks also signed Connor Cox, Reed Mikesha, I want to say Milkshake, and Cameron, Sutherland at the position of 23. Harbor, if he's a tight end too, but we expect him to play on the outside. Given the experience of Knox in the transfer, a position of extremely worried 2.5 months ago, has built to be a strength compared to the 2023 campaign. 7, motivation would be one of 24's NFL top draft prospects, right? Glancing at the way too early 24 NFL draft board, the quarterback spot, and you'll see some combination of some names at the top. UNC's Drake May, USC's Caleb Williams, and Washington's Michael Penix Jr., and others. But you have to get past the top 5 players, according to most analysts, to find Rattler, who's outside the projection day 1 selection. There got to be a form of motivation. The player once bullied the future number 1 overall pick during his emphases at Oklahoma, right? And I said this before, and I'm about to wrap this up, guys. And I said this before, and I said this again. I said that Spencer Rattler would stay at South Carolina because I felt that he wants to beat out Caleb Williams, who actually beat him out at Oklahoma. I believe that Spencer Rattler feels that he is a top guy of this draft. Could he rise up the ranks and become the number 1 overall quarterback? It really depends on what South Carolina does. It really depends on what Loggins has in store for Spencer Rattler. Now, if this team blow up, I can see where another guy who played his way into the number 1 draft pick his last year is Joe Burrow. Remember him? He was at LSU, ball out control. Before that, nobody knew who he was at Ohio State. So let's get it back into this thing. I truly believe that those were 7 great points. And let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Do you think that we're going to have a better season? Right now, the projection is 8 to 10 wins. I say that we could be 9 to 10 wins. It really depends on what we do. But y'all let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And also, if you like this video, man, click right here, click right there to like these videos. And also subscribe right here. And get us the entertainer, motivated, educator. And please don't forget all 3. Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock Daily, the Daily Gamecock, as I like to say. Well, we talk about Gamecock news and all that good stuff. But y'all let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Like always, till next time, people.